If your Google rankings haven't dropped, but your phone stopped ringing, this video explains exactly why.
Your SEO didn't fail. Google changed the rules of the game.
Yeah, and this time it totally changes where people actually click.
Once you see this data, you cannot unsee it.
For the last year, people keep saying, SEO is dying.
I don't agree with that, but I do think something broke in 2025 that a lot of people missed. I am seeing all over the place businesses that rank well, yet have a pattern of declining calls on their Google business profile. It did not make sense at first.
So today, we're going to show you what changed, why it's accelerating into 2026, and why the conclusion here is not what most people want it to be.
Stick around, because we have a strong verdict on SEO in 2026. You will want to hear it. This scenario kept coming up over and over. Rankings look fine, visibility looks fine, but leads, and especially calls, were headed down.
And this can be super frustrating because nothing actually looks broken.
So we wanted to see if this was simply anecdotal or if there was something larger happening here.
That's when we asked Dale over at Jepto to pull some data for us.
He analyzed 179 Google business profiles across 34 different law firms in the United States, all looking at the exact same thing.
Clicks to call over the last 2 years.
When we looked at this trend month by month, what stood out to me is that this isn't random, especially when rankings don't change, but you see the calls declining consistently.
So the question became, why?
Why?
And I don't actually think the answer is SEO itself. Let's talk about something else that barely existed at the start of 2025.
Local pack ads.
Back in early 2025, we were only seeing this type of ad show up 1% of the time on the mobile ranking reports that we were tracking in Places Scout.
They were rare enough that most SEOs ignored them.
Now, fast forward to November of 2025, this number jumped to a whopping 14%.
That's not gradual growth, that is acceleration.
And it's not just that they exist more often.
It's how Google totally redesigned the 3-pack.
And this is the part that really matters. Google just quietly removed the call button from the traditional local pack listings and replaced it with images. Yep, you heard that right.
And then, on top of that, they made the call button that's part of the paid ad in the local pack massive.
So now, when someone is searching on their phone and they see the search results, the most prominent thing that they are looking to do, which is place a call, is locked behind an ad. That's when I realized that consumers didn't stop calling small businesses. Google just moved the button.
And suddenly, the data makes sense.
I'm genuinely curious to know if this matches what you are seeing for your business. Are you ranking stable, but your calls are declining?
Let us know in the comments below. It helps us validate the data that we are seeing.
And if this kind of analysis is useful to you, make sure you subscribe to our channel. Subscribing helps us continue doing it.
Okay, Joy, so now that we know all of this, what are we supposed to do?
So this is the part that no one's going to want to hear. And frankly, I don't really want to say it either.
Okay, well, before we say that, there's one more piece of context that's really important.
The internet as a whole is increasingly becoming pay-to-play. Google is just catching up.
Organic visibility still matters, but not as a standalone strategy.
How we handled this with our small business clients was that we didn't change their SEO at all.
We added something else.
We started rapidly encouraging that they run Google ads, and not just one type.
We had them run 3-pack ads, local service ads, the whole ecosystem.
And when I looked at accounts that we managed over the last quarter of 2025, the ROI on traditional Google PPC ads had rapidly improved.
And it's not because the ads got cheaper, but because the placement got better. And the organic listings essentially lost functionality.
The ads had really prominent call buttons where the organic listings lost them.
So today, ads aren't just competing with SEO, they're replacing the actions that SEO used to get.
This second shift is really important. If you want to build authority without paying for every single click, you also need to consider moving your expertise to other platforms. Things like YouTube or Reddit.
It's slower, it's harder,
but it is also one of the few defensible strategies as we see local search become more pay-to-play.
This isn't the end of SEO.
But it is the end of pretending that organic visibility alone is enough.
If this helped you see what's changing, drop a comment below.
And if you want to see more breakdowns like this as we head into 2026, make sure you subscribe to our channel.